All right, so this is where we're going to start. This is just the regular module that we use for refracting. Pretty simple to get started. The on switch is in the bottom drawer down here. This will be turned on by Matt or Jodia before you get here. And then the VA chart switch is up underneath here. Standard stand here as well. Buttons, all that good stuff. Just to kind of get started with the tutorial on the Phoropter, it's carbon copy to what a regular manual Phoropter is, just kind of with buttons. Right now you have your S for sphere, your C for sill, your A for access, and your add power will switch to an add power. BIN is binocular, which will open up both eyes. Right will block off the left eye, which you can see right here, and leave the right eye open. Left will do the exact opposite, open the left eye, occlude the right eye, and again, binocular will open up both eyes. Turn to the left is plus power. Turn to the right is minus power. If you have a patient with a huge PD and you need to adjust them in the Phoropter or change the PD at all, you hit PD and you're going to get these little bullseyes that drop down in front of the patient, and then you can do the same thing. Just crank the wheel to subtract, crank the wheel to add or increase the size of the PD. When you get set, you just push the center button here. So that's pretty standard as far as getting started goes. VAs or chart VAs, don't worry about the VA button. That's if this is integrated directly with the computer. But if you want to change the chart size of the letters, everything's touchscreen here. So then we go down to 3020, which is highlighted there. And then the top of the VA chart will be 2030, then 2025, and 2020. If you want to go back up to 2400, same thing. You select 2400. If you're not sure on letter sizes, they're displayed right there. And then if you want to clear everything, so if you crank in your prescription here and you just want to go back to nothing, you hit the clear button right here. Also, if you want to isolate a line, that is the isolate button. That is to isolate a single letter. And then you can actually just manually scroll down through the size letters, or row letters here, if you want to do it that way. So moving on to figuring out your astigmatism correction after you get the auto refraction numbers from the technician. Obviously you can just dial in your patient's auto refraction. It's always going to start on sphere. Once you push sill, dial in your sill. The axis will automatically be set at 180, which you can change by clicking the A for axis button. And you can go in 5 degree steps, or you can hit the step button down here, which is 1 degree steps. And then for quick reference, if you just want to instantly switch to 90, go 90 there. If you want to instantly switch to 45, you can go there. So anyways, as you kind of walk your patient through the refraction, again, the left is plus, rotating right is minus. You can just go number 1 or number 2, 3 or 4. Obviously you're going to do your axis next, and this is where you actually will use this regular chase the red feature on your JCC. The nice thing about the little module here is it just tells you which way to turn it. So you can go, which is clearer, number 1, and you can see the 1 with the rotation arrow there, or 2, 1, 2. Obviously, if the patient picks 2, boom. You can turn that as many degrees as you want. I usually start in 5 degrees. Then just repeat until the patient says same, just like your standard refraction. 1, 2, picks 1, rotate to the left because the arrow tells you to go to the left. 1, 2, they're the same. So then you're gonna refine your sill. And it's the exact same process, just kind of rinse and repeat. 1, 2, boom. If it's 2, you're gonna turn to your left because the arrow told you to. Same thing, 3, 4, 3, boom, same thing. And it will, 4, 5, keep your spherical equivalent for you as you rotate through the sphere powers, which is pretty nice. So then you can go back to your original sphere number and then take the patient's VA and kind of see where they're at. So that's obviously the right eye. Switch over to the left eye and rinse and repeat. Number 1 or number 2, yada yada yada, and kind of go from there. Obviously, when you finish up with the left eye, you're going to push BIN to open up both eyes together. Again, it's kind of up to you what you want to use for a VA chart. There are 2 different 2020 lines. So there's a 2020A and then there's a 2020B with 2 different sets, and then down to 2015. Again, you can see all that stuff right here. And this is all just in the 1 setting. If you click on 2, you do get the full ETDRS chart there for just taking your entering VAs. And this is all pretty simple when you get going. To figure out your add power with both eyes open, just hit add, and then your phoropter is going to automatically adjust for add. We have your regular reading chart here. If you need it, back half has an Amsler grid on it. That's just something weird I do that kind of works a little better for me. It's easier. But for add power, it's kind of funky. You have to select an age first before you refine it. The 66 is going to be a plus 225. And once an actual add power comes up, you can do the same thing, kind of adjust as needed until you get it all figured. And then when you're done, you're done. So that's pretty easy there. If you want to do, if you got a younger patient and you want to binocular balance them, that is right there, those split images. So that will split both those images. The prism will automatically go into the phoropter there, and you can see which eye has the base down and which eye has the base up prism. And then you can just change the eye to add your +2 based on which is clear or not. So once you get out of your binocular balance, you'll just push another VA button there, and then that'll be the way to remove the prism. If you, for some reason, have a patient that comes in and needs prism, that is horizontal prism, which you'll see right there. It's base out to the right and base in to the left. And then if you need vertical prism, same thing. It's going to automatically do up in one eye and down in the other eye. if you get somebody with, you know, vertical diplopia, it's super easy to just kind of crank the prism in there and get them single. So that's pretty easy going. I think that's pretty much it for the crash course. If you watch this and have questions, let me know. Again, you know, the big ones to remember are the sphere, so axis, add, you know, left for, oops, we're still in prism mode. Left for plus, right for minus. You got your right and your left. B will open up both for binocular. You don't really need to worry about any of this stuff here at all, because you're basically just going to finish up with your refraction and either transfer it to your paper chart or put it in the EMR. If you're comfortable doing that, we can kind of talk about that more, but it's pretty simple. So I'll try to put a piece of paper or two together, or at least it's like a step-by-step process. So if you watch this and it's super confusing, please let me know.